Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Sorry for the slight delay. We had some communication issues and some technical issues on top of that.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, I hope you can hear Verena fine. We tried something different today because on Slack the connection keeps dying.
So up until now, I hear you fine. So
All right.
let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, I think you're a bit too quiet. Maybe. Just try to figure out how to do this. But yeah, I hope everybody had a nice week until now. Okay, can you say something, Verena?
Yes, of course.
Okay. It sounds better, probably.
Yeah, I realized that I can also put in the specific microphone, so I don't know. It was also on standard communication, so maybe now it's better because it's directly taking it from my microphone and not from the camera.
Oh, all right. All right. While you be my metal support, I guess, I will be working on the vines. There are some slight issues from time to time. We will work on them as they pop up.
Okay.
I integrated the idle animation off screen. I can show. Okay. I will show you what I did. And well, if Unity dies now on us, then it's it's a perfect start to the stream. No, it doesn't. Okay.
Yes.
Or? Well, it's okay. It had a slow start there, but I won't judge. So here's the vine, and we can go up and down, and we can also idle. Yeah. Also, we can jump off of it. and apparently then we get stuck in the idle animation.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You can get rid of it when you jump. Oh, I think it's maybe because it has an exit time.
Oh.
It doesn't change quick enough when the input changes. So yeah, if you're not too familiar with how do I like this? If you're not too familiar with the animator of Unity, you can change some things with the transitions, and you can see it here. It's very small on the screen, but it's around here. In the inspector, there's this little thing you can open up that has some settings, and by default every animation has an exit time, and usually that means the animation will end its full circle and then swap state if it's still needed. And this can make sense, but for this instance it really doesn't. Because then we end up with missing pretty much missing the state change, and then, like, for instance, the jumping doesn't apply anymore. So we can fix this pretty much by just getting rid of the tick that it's inside there, inside the little box, and we untick it.
Beginning and do that, it says that you need to have conditions, but we already did that here, I see.
Yeah. If you have no conditions and you want to cycle through some animation states, just going through them, you could just say has exit time, and then it will change to the next state if there is a transition error.
Yeah. It will do it so automatically.
Yes. Once the animation cycle is finished.
Yeah.
And now Unity crashed.
See?
Oh well. I didn't say that it will crash, and that's why it crashed. If I anticipate it, doesn't happen. That's how computers work.
Your desktop is so clean. Every time when I look at my desktop, it's like apparently every time when I do a screenshot or something, I just save it on the desktop to find it easier when I want to send it to you.
No.
So my whole desktop is full of pictures, and I'm like, I could still use it. Okay. So normally I make a folder, put everything inside, and then put the folder onto my into my other platforms. It's like, yeah, I cleaned it.
Yeah, that's how I clean my room as well. Just putting everything under the rug.
Yeah.
And then putting the rug into another room. Yeah, no, the thing is, this computer is fairly new.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also, what annoys me, there was a Windows update and it erased my beautiful background, which is like the picture of our mole sonars working. And I can maybe in the meantime I can find it again. Because Unity is just giving me a bit of pain right now, to be honest. Because I don't know what it's importing, since there isn't so much to import.
Did you pull an update?
For Unity?
No, from source tree.
No, and I just had it open, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so we just need to nag the whole time then. I see.
If we nag long enough, yes.
Yeah. Look if he actually remembered what you did.
Oh, you're right, probably not. Oh no.
Yeah, where are the three?
Yes, so well, that's a good start.
Oh, by the way, now that I have you here, what is the difference between one arrow and those three arrows? Is it just the conditions?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the conditions here, you can have multiple, but it's like if they are an if statement with an and. So it's always climbing, it has to be true, and vertical speed has to be greater than 0. And if I want an or, I need to make an extra transition, and that's why there are the triple arrows coming up. It's I mean, it works, and you have to know it because now you can change between the transition up here in the top right, where the inspector starts, basically. And then you can watch them, because I have to have multiple transitions here, since I have to check if Thule is climbing up or climbing down.
Yeah.
And since you can't just say if the vertical speed is not 0, that's something that it's just not provided. You have to have multiple ones.
Okay. But I see it. Wasn't there between climbing idle and climbing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So everything you did before, is it gone now? Or?
Yes, it's very much gone.
Did you not save, Kerstin?
Apparently not.
No.
Hashtag programmer life. Yeah, alright. That's a lesson I have to learn over and over again and still won't learn it. But yeah, I mean, let's make some conditions again. So I mean, it's not too much, I think. Yeah, it's just annoying most of the time. Okay. So I mean, I think I have to clean this up at some point.
What? No.
Maybe I could make a substate machine for the climbing and one for the jumping. And then it would already look a lot cleaner because this is just a weird mess that we have here right now. Which reminds me, there was a game I had on my phone where you had like which pretty much looked like this. You had dots and you had lines that connected the dots, and you have to arrange them in a way where they don't cross. So the lines shouldn't have crossed. So it's basically like untangling the game. But yeah. It was more fun than this. So we are coming from the Thule climbing to the climbing idle. So we have to say that we are still climbing and that the vertical speed is greater than 0. And now we have to make another one where we have to say, yes, we are climbing. So the climbing variable is true. And our vertical speed is less than 0. And then we do the same for the vertical speed and say our vertical speed is bigger than, I don't know, minus 0.9. And here we just have to make one condition because we want our vertical speed to be greater than minus 1. It's probably better, and less than, I don't know, 0.1. And oh, actually I will change them because I remember that there is still the thing with the controller that is always, you know, a little bit it always gives a little bit input that's not exactly 0. So this should be fine. And why is this? Okay, here's something wrong with the transition, because it says from Thule jump in air to Thule climb idle, the horizontal speed has to be greater than 0. Oh, maybe it was the one I just created. And here we basically have to say the same thing that we said from Thule climbing to Thule climbing idle, that if the vertical speed is greater than minus 0.3 and less than 0.3, then we are in the climbing idle.
Put off the has exit term.
Oh, yes. Oh yeah, coming from the climb idle. Oh, also coming from the jump in, yeah, you're right. Alright. And this is probably 2?
Yeah.
Okay, and here we want to say if we are not climbing and we are not on ground, then we go to the in-air thing. All right. So I will save now. And see if it's now fixed again. Nope. I mean, she's very excited.
Let's do the boogie boogie. Did you put on some... Yeah, you see it's climbing. Climbing is already...
Yeah, it was... it was true by default. Alright, there we go. Let's hop onto this.
Sorry. Oh my god. We created in Cyclops.
And it looks like her head is spinning around all the time. No.
Turn my head right down. Okay.
I think we need an exorcism.
Oh my god. Okay, so wait. She went from idle to climbing all the time, or what?
Yeah, let's see this with a good look at the animator so we can debug. Okay, I need to not draw a stone. This is what I want to draw. Okay. Yeah, she's changing between the climbing idle and the climbing.
So...
question is...
Seems there...
Oh, you were gone for a moment?
I don't know if I was really gone. I just stopped.
Your voice was gone.
My voice.
I mean, now she's just climbing and not even going to the idle state anymore. Oh, okay, this is not right. The vertical speed has to be less than 0.3. Oh, I confused the two arrows. So basically now it's the opposite of what we want.
Oh, okay.
So one transition needs to go away, and the other one needs to be here, and I think this is the one that, yeah, alright. So that one's on me. So let's put the climbing back in here. And which one? It's greater than 0.3, and we eliminate the exit time. Save. And then try the whole thing again. All right. All right. This looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we have the transition, we still have the Cyclops.
I can probably change myself. That's the way how. Although now I can't really see. Normally, you have a visualization of how much the animations transition in themselves when you click on one of the transition arrows.
Yeah.
But here it says it cannot preview transition. Must at least have motion on either source or destination state, whatever that means.
Oh, that means that this here is set to none. Why is it working?
Huh. Doesn't motion mean animation?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Unity word for animation.
Ooh, fancy. And is climbing 2D climbing also? Huh?
Is everything gone?
How the hell is it?
Yeah, none has a motion. How is this working?
Okay.
It's black Unity magic, I guess.
Okay, but can you press onto the arrow between climbing and idle just to see if?
I just want to see if the animation still works. Okay, which it does. Yeah, now you have this thing. I was wondering where this is.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So here you see that climbing idle and climbing is pretty far integrated into each other, so it takes a long time. So you can change the. Yeah. Now you can put climbing. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can. I don't always know why there's a second climbing idle. I always try to just push that away. You get that when you go to the upper arrow.
Okay.
Yeah, and just shove. Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Probably means something, and it's probably important to know what that means.
Just get rid of it. It's fine. Okay. Let's see if we still have the Cyclops movement.
But it's
it's the other way around. It's coming from here. All right. Okay. So, it still works, and now it's yeah.
The Cyclops is gone.
It's not Cyclops truly. Alrighty. Okay.
It's still pretty interesting that the animations weren't really there.
Yeah, it's.
You go to the kind of 2D pickup and 2D walking normal.
If I click on any of those, there's no motion set, and I'm not. Does it appear when we start? No. Well, okay then. Yes, all of that. Yeah, I don't know how this is working. And to be frank, at this moment in time, I don't care because it does.
It's like a bumblebee. We don't question it. We just know.
Yeah. All right. I will save all of this. And if you're working on something, your arena, but everybody else as well, save it.
Yes.
But it crashes and then you have to start over again. And yeah. Okay. So, but coming to what we want to do originally. The thing is, right now we have the ability to grow vines precisely upwards. And that is fine, because then we can climb and stuff. But what we can't do is, but what we want it to do is to rotate the vine in the direction that we want to grow it. And that's a bit tricky, because right now, like the rule is, you select something with the interface. I will show you in a bigger screen, like so. So you have Q and E, and you cycle through all the objects you can paint. And then you press X, and then it's there. And it doesn't matter which object it is. It's a stone, or the boulder, or the root vegetable. But with the vine, we paint it and then it grows. It's like right now it's like all the other objects. But we want it to be different because we want to rotate it in an angle that makes sense to us. And it's yeah, so we have to basically break the rule of we select something, we push the button, and then it's there. Which I'm not sure how we feel about this. We just have to test it probably and maybe change it if it doesn't work. So what we need to do is we select the vine, we push the button, then we rotate it in the direction we want to rotate it, and then we push again the button that paints the vine. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. And it's a special case, so we need to expand on Thule's state machine. So back to working on state machines again. I'm not sure if it's the best way to do stuff, but for me, I find them very practical and readable for me as a human. Not sure how it compiles or if it's good or bad. But it's yeah, I mean, you know what the character is currently doing without having like a bunch of variables to store in what you're doing. So you don't have to bother about things that just can't happen or shouldn't happen inside the one state. So yeah, we make a state for Thule painting a vine. And it inherits from the Thule state class. And then we implement all the abstract functions we need for this. Alright, I will rearrange it a bit, because I hate that the individual operators, you know, after the exit state. And the toString method, which is just there for debugging, goes to the end, because the only thing we need here is to return the name of the state as a string. And we're done with it. Alright, now we need to think about how we want to display all of this. So what we want to do first when we enter the state is to basically reset an angle in which we paint the vine. So we have a float angle. And this will be reset to 0. And I think if we have it on 0, the vine will always grow up. Like upwards, but growing up as well. Since it's a tiny vine at the beginning and becomes a bigger one. What we also need to do is minimum possible angle, which should probably be minus 90 degrees, and a maximum angle, which is plus 90. So we basically have half a circle to work with when we angle our vine. Alright, and what we also will later on need to do is make some kind of preview function in the actual vine that we are drawing. So have maybe a transparent or like a fading in and out image of the finished vine.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What we also need to do when we get here. No, we the animation part we keep for later. Right now we only purely making it functional, and then visibility comes after this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we need to basically recognize the input and so which input makes more sense to rotate the vine? Is it like up and down or left or right?
Left and right.
Okay. So if our horizontal input is bigger than, I don't know, 3. Again, this is done purely because we have a controller, or we can operate our game using the controller, since it always gives a little bit of input into Unity. So we have input parameters, and now we need to add this to our angle. So our angle equals, no, plus equals, we added the input parameter dot horizontal input. Also, what we need to do is take the absolute value of this, so we don't have to make 2 checks, because in Unity the input on the horizontal and vertical axes goes from -1 to 1, so it can be also negative. Righty. What else is there to do? Maybe we should integrate also a rotation speed. Because I'm not sure if we hold down the button if this is super fast or super slow. I think I will only say for now it's 1 and then we can adjust it later. Alright, now that we adjusted the angle, we need to pass this angle to the vine object, which we store in the 2D controller, which is behind the context variable. And then we want to access the transform and say rotation. And then we say Euler angles. Oh, we just say rotation and we do it this way around. We say quaternion dot Euler angles. And then we basically create a new vector which stores the 3 angles of our current line object. And the only one we want to adjust is the Z value. So for the others, we need to access the X and Y angles that our vine currently has. So this looks a bit ugly, but it's necessary. And then at the very last value, we add our angle. Okay, and apparently it has some kind of problem. Quaternion Euler angles is obsolete. Alright. We use just Euler. Is this the right way to pronounce it?
I don't know, it's the German way. Eulerische Zahl. I
Yeah.
don't know if the English say it's Euler, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But Euler sounds more fun, even though it's not. So okay, why we did it like this way and not just set the rotation is because Unity stores rotation as a quaternion, which is a data type, and behaves different than, you know, when you picture a circle and then the angles and the degrees, then you have Euler angles and not the quaternion. And with this function, you can calculate basically what the quaternion is when you have these Euler angles here. I'm not sure how quaternions work. I just know when I was studying and we had to do some I don't know, was it analysis or analysis 2? There was a time where you had different systems, different coordinate systems, and you could calculate in between them and translate coordinates. So you had a sphere coordinate or something else, and I never was that good at that. But I figured if I had been better, I could now explain what exactly quaternions are.
I have never heard of them, and I believe it has something to do with the number 4.
Because it's like quattro.
Yes.
Or a quarter.
Yes, it's like on a circle, and you have 4 points, and you just get the things in between those.
Okay, we will have to fact check that later.
Okay. I believe I am right.
All right, but for now, you don't need to know everything to be able to use it.
Not let your teachers hear that.
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't know everything they use. Especially not the age group my teachers are in. I don't want to, be mean in any kind of way, but I'm pretty sure some of them don't know how the internet works.
Oh my god, okay. Quaternions are other form of complex numbers.
They're another form of complex numbers.
Yep.
Okay. But why are they used for rotation?
Problem is, I have a German definition which I cannot translate by head.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, just keep on talking. I will search for.
Yeah. All right. So we have this when the horizontal input comes, we rotate the vine accordingly, and other than that, we don't have to do anything really inside the individual operate, which is the part of the state machine that gets called every frame. What we need to think about is when we exit the state. Oh, very important thing. Now we can just rotate the vine. We also need to be able to draw it. So we need to check for input as well. Not sure if you could see, but Virginia just sent me a definition.
I would have sent it into the chat, but I'm not allowed to send links. Oh.
That's a good point. Maybe I should.
No, wait. It wasn't a link that I sent.
But should do. Okay. Now you're moderator of our channel, which I should have been doing a long time ago. And now you can post links.
I can put in links?
With great power comes great responsibility. But yeah, okay. So Hamilton defines a quaternion as the quotient of two directed lines in a three-dimensional space, or equivalently, as the quotient of two vectors. So it's when you divide one vector by another, and then you get something.
Yeah, I definitely know what quotient is.
How?
Wait, quotient is a quantity produced by the division of two numbers. You are right.
I have no idea what. I don't know. I wish I could spread some knowledge, but I can't. At least not on this. What I can do is tell you what we need to do when we use the take action input. Basically, we then need to tell the vine that it needs to grow. And we, for now, don't have a function to do this, I think. Yes.
The vine is already growing, so we must have a function for that.
Yeah, but we don't have a function to say, now is the time to grow. When it springs into existence, it just starts growing.
Ah.
I
understand.
So what we need basically, we are now in the Vine class and we need to add two things. One is a preview function, which I will create real quick. So we just call it preview Vine, and it needs to be public. And the other one is basically a function, yes.
Sorry, just I watched the video and it lags a little bit, so I came to the part where you made the hashtag to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
If that's programming, then I can program too.
Okay,
wow. We should do... No, it's like, we should do this. But later. I'm finished. Okay.
The thing is, it's good if you have a structure.
Yeah, no, definitely. But why does he say that the public is wrong?
Oh, because I have something.
Yeah.
Because the other one is that we need to say start growing. And is a G missing?
No, it's start growing.
Growing.
It's the English pronunciation.
Yeah, is it so? All right. So we just need bool that says if it should be growing or not. And the only thing we do in this function is say that growing is true. And put it inside here as well. So basically now the function only gets called if the growing variable is true, and we set it on to here. What I will also do is that I create a variable to store the Vine script component. Because I need to access it multiple times, and otherwise I always have to write get component blah blah blah, and it's just not good style. So at the beginning here we say that Vine equals context dot current Vine, and then we say get component Vine, if you believe it. And now we can say when the take action input parameter is, we say Vine dot start growing. Okay, and I think that should be it. One thing is left. We need to say that the next state is the 2D default state, because once we rotated the Vine in a way that we want to let it grow, then we need to push the button, and then when we push the button, we need to change the state back to the default state, all the walking and stuff happen.
I'm sorry, but now when you said when we let it grow, I instantly had a song in my head, and now Tuli has to sing while she paints. Let it grow, let it grow.
Oddly enough, Beale says the same thing. Alright. So here we just return the next state. And I think that should... So we finished the state. Also made sure that we can leave it. And all we need to do now is connect the state. So for this, we first need to go here into the Thule controller, which is basically the brain of Thule, because everything is stored here. And here's the region for all the states. If you don't know about regions, it's a very nice way to, to sort your code. So how you do it is basically just put in hashtag region and some name. And at least in Visual Studio, you can just, minimize it in all these nice tiny regions and not, just a block of 1,000 variables. Yeah, I really like that. Alright, now we need a state, painting line. And then put up a getter setter for her so we can access it. I'm just programming efficiently. Being a copy-paste mess. Well... Oh, okay, and... Alright. And now that we have the variable here, we need to initialize it. And should somewhere. I hope.
Can you do a word search?
Probably can, but I already found it.
Okay.
This class is way too long for. Yeah, you can't just shorten everything. Alright, so we have Thule paint. Basically what happens here is that we create a new component, which is the script that we just wrote, the new state. And we need to make sure that it also has a reference to the Thule controller. And something seems to be off.
Is it painting line or paint line?
Ah. Yes. Thank you. Oh, there's still a...
I mean, I don't know if it's paint line or painting line.
No, you're right. Okay, so we set it up. And now we need to connect it. So basically the only state from which we can go to the climbing bind state is the default one. And we need to find out. Okay, so here is the paint object input. Here we check if we are able to select. And now we basically need to differentiate if we are painting the vine or pretty much. So we say if text or paint resource manager get object type. No. And we need to check if it's. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so if this is the case, then we need to say the next state is the to-be bind state. And otherwise we do whatever here is. Okay, so what we need to do is, I mean, we still need to instantiate the vine. So I think some part of it we still need. Or do we need to do it? Let's see.
Is it important for the vine to know how many paint buckets it needs? Or if you don't write anything, it just needs 0?
For now, it pretty much just needs 0.
Okay, no, I just wanted to know if it works, if you don't have to, if you're not writing anything. Okay.
Yeah, it's also something that we need to put in. Okay. I think this should be fine. Because we still need to instantiate it. And then we only need to add the extra for the state change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's just find out.
Come in and find out.
Whose slogan is this?
Douglas.
Oh, okay. Well, for Douglas, you don't need to come in, you can put it on the street. Okay, we have a ton of null reference exceptions and nothing is happening.
Well, not nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there are exceptions, but okay, so what is this first error? We don't have a current vine. Oh, because the okay. Okay, we the current vine was the vine that we are climbing currently. This is what the variable was originally for. Oh, it's a new variable, I guess. In order. Here the interaction. Is a vine mask? Ah, and here's the. Alright, I just call it find paint. And then we need to rewrite some stuff. So first of all, we need to store it. And this happens here in the I'll rearrange some stuff here. So basically this instantiate, because one time we need to store it. And otherwise we just need to put it there, depending on if we draw a vine or not. And this is in context. Alright, so I think that should... Oh, and then here we need change this as well. So we access the vine to paint. And now we can draw again, or try again. Alright. Now we just get the error message when we try to rotate the vine. So, broke.
So this thing that she is drawing in game right now, is it just the... Is that already the growing vine, or is it just before she's starting to grow? I'm sorry, it's probably not clear what I'm talking about. Why is the vine in the beginning when you draw it broken?
The thing is, it says that the object of type game object has been destroyed, but I'm still trying to access it. Which I would highly disagree, because I create it, then I store it, and I don't get why it's deleted at this point, because right up here, where we get the vine script from the vine that we want to paint, it doesn't have an error message. So something is happening that doesn't make any sense. So I just, maybe I missed it. So I will just try again and have a better eye on the console to figure out what. Okay, so it says Tulip entered the tulip painting vine state. Fine. We don't have an error message, which means we had the enter state and we could access the script. And now I'm trying to use the arrows for rotating. And only now I get the error. And I don't know why. Because all of this is just the vine to paint. Or is it something else?
And you declared what vine to paint is?
Yes. Because it's now here in the controller. and we use it inside the Thule default. Store there the thing. Oh wait, no. Oh, no, what? Why? Okay. Sometimes I do very stupid stuff. Because I thought the instantiating that was going on here was the objects that we needed to instantiate. When in fact, these are just the particles.
Ah.
Which makes now a lot of sense. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, we have animation events for drawing the objects.
Mm-hmm.
And inside the animation where Tui is, painting the object, the call comes to paint the object.
Mm-hmm.
Which is now very much not helpful. So I will show all of you what we're currently talking about. The 2D drawing has no animation as well. Cute. Okay, and I go like here. In Unity, you have the possibility to put events here on certain points of the animation. So you have your timeline here with your animations that is happening, and then you can with these little bookmark like looking icon and down. An event pretty much is just calling a function on a script that's on the same object as the animation is happening. And the classical case would be you have a running animation, and on each step you have an event, so you know when to trigger the sound.
Mm-hmm.
But now we use it when Thule has finished painting. We let the object appear. And this is not a problem because I have to...
You're not finishing painting.
Yes. So we need to figure out how to work around this. I mean, that's the trouble with adding a special case into it, right? Hello, Tautsi. Welcome. How have you been? Oh, hey, Power Nap, man. Erst noch ein paar kurze Grüße hier. Bin ansonsten wieder auf der Arbeit. Schönen Abend euch. Danke, dass du reingeschaut hast. Und hoffe, die Arbeit ist nicht zu stressig. Du hast bald Feierabend. Aber danke fürs Reinschauen. Okay, so this one here is a paid event that we call inside the animation, and this is pretty much what we need to rewrite. Tazi says he is currently back in Germany, different world. Yeah, I mean, I know where you live usually, in a non-creepy way, and I can imagine how it's not exactly a culture shock, but I think the pandemic is very much noticeable, more noticeable. Dauert leider noch, aber ich schaue nachher den Stream nach. Ah, okay. Dann hoffe ich, dass die Zeit bis zum Feierabend schnell vergeht. I'm not sure if you like to say, but where in Germany are you? Or is it like a city, or is it more villagey where you are? Because I think there's also a big difference. I'm currently trying to get a vaccine appointment because I'm in group 3 since I have asthma, and it's it's not going well. But I mean, it's probably because in Berlin everybody tries to get an appointment, and there's a website where it shows you when spots are available, just for Berlin. I'm not sure if there are websites for other cities or regions as well. And when it turns green, you have to click very fast on it to get to the website where you book your appointment. And during this time, somebody else is always faster than I am, and it doesn't happen. I have seen more people walking around in my small village here than in the bigger towns around there. Oh, okay. I'm living in Schopfheim in South Germany. Okay, Schopfheim sounds very villagey.
It says here it's a city. It's not a village.
It's a city?
It's Stadt Stopfheim. Schopfheim, sorry. Stopfheim. Sorry.
Were you Googling it in a non-creepy way?
Of course, in a non-creepy way. I just want to see how the numbers are there, so maybe it's not that bad, and that's why a lot of people are walking around, because surely...
There's some place where the numbers aren't bad.
Yeah, but also the Germans are always, doing everything that the state tells them to do. It says no walking around, then definitely are not walking around.
I mean, I think, as long as you keep your distance and are under a roofless area, I think it's preferably without walls as well. But yeah. But we also try to get an appointment, but there's no chance without any group priority. I think is it for all of Germany that everybody can use the AstraZeneca?
No, not everyone.
Okay. Maybe you want to stop by in Berlin, because here everybody who wants to get AstraZeneca can get AstraZeneca, provided they get an appointment.
And your doctor says yes. Because, yeah, sure. I mean, you have to talk to your doctor and ask if it's okay.
Oh, I thought by saying I want this, you basically agree to, you carry the risk.
Well, yeah, sure you do, but sometimes the doctors are hesitant, because if you have a problem, then it's their ass on the line. but I can't really. Maybe it's just what they think.
Mhm.
Maybe it's also just the typical things that people say right now to make panic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if your doctor has a talk with you about it, I mean, that's reassuring. I'm not living in Schopfheim itself, but in Langenau, which is part of Schopfheim. I would love to give it a try. Okay. I mean, it would be in the end of May. I mean, with giving it a try in Berlin. Also, maybe check out bigger city. I'm not sure if they check where you're living or this. All right. So let's get to more topic. Trying to fix all of this here. Okay, so the trouble we are currently having is that the vine is a special object for which we need to change the state, which we don't need for the other objects. So we need to rewrite this. For example, we need of this. I mean, it's pretty much the same. The only thing that is different is that we need to store the objects that we want to paint. And basically we have to not go through the paint resource manager. Because only when we painted the object we want to use the available paint. Alright, let's see how we can work around this. We just move this down here, because apart from this everything else is the same. But also we don't want for Tuli to paint, and then we can angle the vine. Oh, that's...
I thought it might be easier, but then we'll have to see how Beer reacts. Is that Tuli draws the vine straight up and then she can push it into the direction she wants to. So maybe Beer only reacts to the vine when Tuli is on it, not as soon as it...
It's also a possibility.
I mean, we do have the normal thing, like we have the big rock that we can push and pull, so why couldn't we just, push and pull the vine into the direction that we want to? Just not on a horizontal line, but on a half circle.
I already wrote the whole state.
You're right. I'm sorry. I said it before as well, but I was like, she surely knows what to do, and it's probably a stupid idea, but I didn't know that there's trouble now. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It was just an hour and a half, really? It's fine. I read what you write, but the first part I don't understand.
Oh, I understand.
I will hunt you with Peter the plant.
Yes. Aren't you checking the Discord? Tatsi has a plant. Peter the plant. And it's an orchid. And I guess no one decided to take care of it for a while, so he took him to Germany.
Ah, okay. No, I'm not checking the Speckle Active Discord, but I saw the plant on Instagram. Also liking your Instagram posts that you do recently a lot. Yeah, that would be lovely. Let me know when you're in the area, and also if you need a place to stay. We have a cat and cats, and if you're okay with both of those, then you're very welcome to stay. All right. Okay. So. So our options are now I write a lot of special cases, or I write in that we can push the vine. But is it like pushing, or can we, do we have control about it?
Well, I had the idea that when you push it now, the point where it grew is the rotation point.
Yeah.
And then when you just use the push and pull animation, you just push and pull it, you rotate it on those. Yeah, but it's also pretty, if you want to rotate it pretty far down, then I don't know if it actually works.
I mean, it's it has much pros and cons. Okay, so I'm always wondering if we could do like first one way and then another, and then just try what feels better.
I think that's the normal way, yeah. So you probably need a quick and dirty ways, and then when you find out which one's better, you do it correctly.
Yeah, but for this is not a quick and dirty way because it's very sensitive. It could break. But yeah, okay, so joking aside, I think for now we do it like you said. So that means that we wasted a little bit of time. It's fine.
I mean, I'm always thinking how are we going to show it in the game later on, because that's what I have to do. And maybe we have also, as soon as the vine is up, the possibility when we hold it that we see like where we push it, like with the throwing points. And after we let go, then the vine starts moving into that direction, and Tuli just makes one push. So we don't have to
no, it should be instant after you set it. It's and
but that makes it harder to make it look okay when Tuli pushes and pulls it, I think.
Yeah, but I think we can find an okay solution for it.
Okay.
I mean, it has to just look nice and smooth, because when you think about how animations work in games, especially like 2D games, for example, like point-and-click adventures. When characters are doing stuff, they're just making motions with their hands, and then something happens.
Okay.
So Tuli would just, look like she's pushing, and then something happens. All right. Okay. So. Okay, I need to take this out because we don't want a state change anymore. And just make another state. Okay. Oh, also before I forget. Here it is. Right. Outzi, I bestow onto thee the superpower of posting links without getting censored. So now if I'm struggling for a link, you really can help me out and not just try and then there are asterisks thing sometime. So we have a moderator. And now I make this new state. Alright, we have Tuli adjusting line state. No. No. No abusing the mod powers. Look how shocked Tuli is. Why? You disturbed Tuli. She hasn't forgotten about the comment about tentacle adult entertainment in the What Remains of Edith Finch playthrough. Rena, what's going on? Why is she looking like this?
I don't know. What? Are you in a pause modus or sorry?
No, no, there's nothing.
I don't know. There's the play button and look if it's gone.
She has seen things now. But her mind, I guess. Okay, she's normal now. Okay. Okay, we fixed her.
You know, turning it back off and on again.
But this was turning it on and off again. Alright. Writing another state. Maybe I should give Power Nap Man a fair warning. Just so he doesn't watch the whole thing and then after 1.5 hours realizes that we're just doing everything different. Alright, okay. So doing this first. It's easy. Alright. So do we do this? Basically, when we press the action button, we check if there's a painted vine. And if so, we change the state. Sounds easy enough. So this is basically where we check is there an object in front of us? And if so, we check what kind of object it is. And we have a hierarchy. So when there's a painted root and a painted stone in front of us, we will always use the painted stone as a painted root. And if there's a painted stone and a painted boulder, we use the painted stone. So now we need to also check if there's painted boulder in front of us and a painted root. And if so, we first move the painted boulder. I'm not sure if this will ever happen, but if it does, then we need to be ready for it. Okay, so if this is a painted boulder and the hit isn't a painted boulder, and we change it.
Should it also be painted boulder, or is that just boulder? Because
yeah, you're right. Also, we need to check that the hit is not a painted stone. Yeah, I think yes. Okay. Right. So, okay. We have all these different cases. We have a throwable, a movable, or a lever we can interact with. And now we also need to create a function if what we are interacting with is a vine. Or do we need a function? We need to check if what we need is a vine. And we check this by going over the tag of the object. And if it's painted vine, or equals painted vine, then we say that context.current vine equals hit.collider.object. And what we also need to do is say that we change the state so that the next state should be the 2D adjusting vine state, which we haven't set up. So we need to do everything we did before again. So we go into the...
But shouldn't you at least write it down, even if we haven't made it yet? Just so you remember that it has to be put there?
I just make quick the variable and then jump. Wait, no, this is the current states. Oh, there they are. So item has a state. Let's truly adjust vine. Right, we're pasting everything, then going down here. All the states are set up, and doing all of this again. This is truly adjusting vine. Is it truly adjusting vine or truly adjust vine? Property adjust? Yes. And this one has the ink. Alright. Okay, so this looks all fine. Now we're going back here, and now we can say that our next state equals context dot fully adjust vine. I would be very much lost without the auto-complete. Okay. So we here in the take action and happens, and our next state should be the vine. After that, turn, go into the exit, and next state. Okay, so this should work. And now we fill in the stuff in the fully adjusting vine. So here we will get a reference. Do we need a reference to the script? No. Okay. What do we actually need? We have the reference to the vine. Basically, we need the stuff to set the angle.
Yep.
So we need the variables for the angle, the min angle, and the max angle. And the angle at the start is the angle of the vine. So we say context dot current vine dot transform dot Euler Euler angles and then z. And I think now we didn't do everything for nothing. We can just copy paste the rotation, I think.
So the rotation will start in the beginning of the point where the vine started to grow, right?
Yeah, because there's already the pivot point.
Okay.
Or pivot if you that. Rotation speed. I just put it again 1 for now, so you can see how fast this thing is rotating. And right now we need to keep in mind that it's the current vine we want to change. The thing is, during the whole process, do we need to hold down the F button?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when pushing and pulling the stone, so the people don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same mechanic, so the people are not confused.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So we also need to put in a check for the input parameter. So we say input parameter dot and we need to negate. So if the action button isn't held down anymore, then our next state is the default state again. So we say to be default. And in the exit, we just return the next state. And also what we probably should do is say in the context that the current vine equals null. But only if the next state isn't this state. If you have just one line after an if statement, you don't need the curly brackets, but I always prefer to have them. All right. Well, I guess we now test it.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like I'm missing something. Because it was fairly quick, but
we will see what Unity has to say.
Yeah, maybe it crashes. Now that I said it. Okay. All right, I have to because the vine has the variable that says that it should start growing. Take it out of there. We don't have just, the knobbly start of a vine.
And why was the head gone again? It's so funny.
Okay. So there we have the vine. And I hold down F. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
The end of the vine isn't. But I can fix it. It looks a bit now like on the car, the window swipe.
It's also perfectly fits on the end with the with the level that you made.
Also, if I now do this. Okay,
Okay, so Tuli can't climb the vine.
Yeah, but look how confused she is about it. She's like, why I'm not there? Why am not there? Why am I not there? Oh, I broke it. Yeah, no, Tazi, I'm not able to climb it.
Oh God. Tuli was a cyclops so many times today.
Yeah, also she's dancing a bit. It's Oh, she's like skiing. It's also a possibility.
Oh yeah.
Can we help her?
Like jump again or something?
Yeah, okay. I can wiggle her free.
So why did that happen? Is the collider not moving with the vine, or?
Oh, that's a good question. I should check that. Painting my vine. I push it, and then I try to climb it. Going anywhere, and then I try to. Oh, Sandra will love this when she sees it. Okay, so here's the vine, and there's a collider. No, it rotates with it, but I think since it's at an angle, we still hit it.
Okay.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is store the angle of the vine inside the vine script. And then when we try to climb it, we need to check if it's at an angle that's still walkable for Tuli. Because Tuli has restrictions regarding the angles of the ground. And then we can check against that.
That seems plausible. Yeah.
Totsi is already making good use of the ability to post things. Nice. He created a clip. I'm not there. Oh. That's lovely. Thank you. All right. So, let me see where it is. Yeah, there's a maximum climbing angle. Climbing not in the term of climbing the vine, but climbing the hill. and it's like 60 degrees. So now we know when it's the angle of the vine is 60 degrees or higher. We can climb. We have to climb, but we can walk on it. Otherwise, we need to ignore when players push the up and down near. Okay, so these are the steps that we need to take. And we need to add variable to the vine. Where do I put? Yeah, probably here. So it's the float and it stores the angle of the vine. So wait, do we need to store the angle of the vine inside the vine? I mean, we can just access the transform as well, right?
Tuli?
Yeah. I mean...
Isn't transform just the...
It's position and rotation and scale. So
right.
you don't need to store the angle. I'm not sure if it's comfort reason, but well, we can store it later if we need to.
Yeah, you're right. No, but it's true. You can get the angle, but we have to see if the angle that is representative in the transform is the same as we would see it now. So
yeah, that's a good
degrees
point.
is really the 60 degrees.
Yeah, I think we should test a lot. Sorry, I was babbling a bit. We should test it. The vine, and here's the transform. Right now the rotation is 0. Now it's 28. Also, I'm just realizing now, when I push to the right, it rotates to the left.
Okay.
So we need to change some stuff. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we need to do some calculations because this is 0 degrees. Then this is 90. And this would be 60, but this is very much climbable, I think.
Yeah.
But like this is 60 degrees measuring from the ground, and this is very much not climbable.
But if she not walkable, you mean?
Yeah, not walkable. Sorry.
Okay, but if she climbs, would she then also rotate?
We need to adjust her.
Okay.
To this, because right now she's only able to go straight up.
Okay.
But all right. So basically, what we need to do is take 90 degrees. And subtract subtract
60.
No, the current angle of the vine.
Okay.
Okay. Where's she gone? Oh. All right. Okay, but what we can do is okay, what we should do is putting in the maximum angle here. and make it so we can access it from the adjusting line thingy. Because then we can write here a function to get the angle of the vine, which is probably better for later usage. So we say public float vine angle. And we return. Sorry, my voice is dwindling. Okay, so this should be.
So wait, is it a public float or a public void?
It's a public float because we return something.
Okay.
And we're returning. So this is always the type of the value we are returning. If I would turn I don't know, a word, then I would say it's a string.
Okay.
So here we say the x angle minus the absolute value of basically our current angle, and we get this by saying this dot transform dot rotation, and then Euler angles z. All right. I hope this is how it should. Yeah, all right. If not, we can always come back. So what we then need to do is set the maximum angle. Basically, make this a serializable field. But for now, we say it's 90. I mean, I'm just thinking now, does it make sense if Tuli can make a vine that, goes below?
Below the ground?
Yeah, like goes down to the side.
Sometimes when you are at an edge and you want to make a bridge, you could make a bridge that goes down, right?
Yeah, also can we have a vine to climb down from?
Huh. I would say yes.
Yeah, my instinct is to say yes too, but for now we use it like this and then we expand on it.
Okay.
Well, because otherwise I think we won't make any progress.
I don't know. We made a vine that moves. We made a swiper vine.
Yeah, that's true. But I want more.
Okay.
And I want it now. All right. So we have the Tuli adjusting vine. Well, we have a max angle and a minimum angle, and we never use it. So, okay, how do we do it if? Because we need to put in now. Yeah. We can't go further than our maximum angle statement. So we say if pretty much this. If our angle if the absolute value of our angle is bigger than the context dot current vine dot angle. Max angle. Oh, okay. I need to exit. So the X is a script. Max angle. Basically, we want to clamp the angle. So the clamp function basically looks at a value and a minimum value and a maximum value. And then if it's like bigger or smaller than one of those, it sets it to the minimum or maximum. So we have minus our max angle and our max angle, and the angle here should be between those. And also we need, since we're here, to put a -1 in front of it, because, you know, flipped around when I pushed to the left, the line was moving to the right, vice versa. Alright, so now we should have a angle. Okay, let's test out if this works. I just put Tuli up here so we can see that the vine isn't going to stop it. Okay. I can't. I feel like I broke something.
Can't you push it anymore?
I couldn't. I go down here. Okay, now. Yeah, no, I can't.
So is the vine checking for the ground, actually? So maybe it wouldn't have been drawn in the air, and that's why it went down?
I mean...
Okay, but you can't push it right now, right?
Yeah, I can still climb it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe the F button. Can use the controller to...
But, I mean, it worked before. Right?
It worked before, but... Stop it!
Stop it, please!
Okay, now I have 2 vines.
Now you have 3 vines.
Yes, I have all the vines, but no pushing. Why? What?
Maybe you clamped the angle and it's between 0 and 0 or something, so it would push, but you don't see a difference because the angel, the maximum angel is.
Did we change the state?
I don't know.
Yeah, we changed the state. Okay. Okay, so something must be wrong here. I mean, we can make a debug log and...
So why are you saying if the angle is bigger than the maximum angle?
If this angle is bigger than the maximum angle, then we need to clamp it. And this angle is the one that we calculate.
Okay.
But thank you for the question.
But did you say what the max angle was?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now it should be 90.
Okay.
And I made a debug log to test it. In the adjusting bind state. But now it says it's 0. Why? Set it. Maybe it didn't adjust it in prefab. Yeah, okay, in the prefab it's 0. Alright, grows. Question is, does it grow up here as well? Okay, now to be stuck without an error message. I draw other stuff. Let's just try it down. I mean, I have to figure out what weird bug is going on there. But I just... Oh. Goodness, okay, I can adjust it. And... Okay, I can go below -90. And I can go above 90. Okay, so...
I'm sorry, I'm like some seconds behind in the picture.
I mean, we're bringing joy to Doobie.
Well, apparently, right now it's not going back to the idle state. That's why.
Yeah. Here, look. Close up just for you. One-eyed mole, yeah. Okay, I think we will take care of it tomorrow. Because I get the feeling that right now all we managed to do is make it worse.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. But yeah, we have this right now. I think it can be a bit faster because it takes now quite a long time to rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then tomorrow we will take care of Tuli being able to climb it properly, even though it's not, just going straight up vertical. And also that, I don't know what this was, but I will ignore it for now. That we don't have this weird glitch here. Also this. So yeah, we need to make sure that Tuli only, goes into the climbing state if there's something to climb, because this doesn't call for climbing, it calls for walking. So tomorrow there will be a lot of bug fixing and feature adjustment. But I mean, yeah, we made a state and we used it, and then we made another state and not you. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't in chronological order. It was in order of frustration.
Sorry.
It's fine. So yeah, I think we'll leave it at this and fix all the good stuff tomorrow. If you like, join us. It will be on 4 p.m. like today, and we would be glad you're here. So enjoy the evening, enjoy the weather, and we'll see and hear you next time.
Yeah. Go out today. I think in the evening it's supposed to rain for the rest of the week. So.
Was it okay? So you heard Marina, it's mandatory. Go on a walk in the sunshine. It's what I will be doing because right now it looks still blue and sunny.
Yes.
All right. So we have our orders and sign off. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.